Hi, welcome back. And in previous part, we learnt about the text area element. Now we will move forward to the button element of the form. The button element defines a clickable button. So here we will take an example for the button element. So here I will create a button, and for this you can just simply write the text button and assign it the type, which is a button. And you can also give this the event for example, on click you want to display an alert, then you can write here and text you want to display between the alert. Let's say you want to write welcome to my website. So text, when you click the button, then this text will automatically appear. Refresh and nothing happened. Oops, I think I forgot to close the button tag. Here we should close the button tag and write some text between this tag. And click me, this is the text for the button, and this will appear on the button. Save that and let's refresh, and now you can see that this button appears on our HTML document, and when I click this button, then it will display a prompt which is saying welcome to my website. Refresh, and every time you click this button, this will appear a prompt which is showing your text. Now next thing is the HTML form elements. HTML5 added the following form elements, which are the data list, keygen, and output. These are the HTML form elements. Right? And by default, browser do not display unknown elements, and new elements will not destroy your page. So HTML5 first element is the data list element. The data list element specifies a list of predefined options for an input element. It is just like a drop-down list, and users will see a drop-down list of predefined options as they input data. The list attribute of the input element must refer to the ID attribute of data list element. And now we will take an example, and its name is an input element with predefined values in a data list. Here we will we should take this example between the form tag, and for the, let's say here we will create this list. For the data list, let's take an input, and list is equal to browser, and name is also the browser. Right? And now below this we will take our data list and give this an ID. Let's say its ID is browsers. We want to display different types of browsers in this list, so we will give this specific name like browsers, and also close this data list. And between the data list we should set the options to show our content of the list. Let's say our, and one thing about these options are always open and do not need to close these options. So you can remove this, and let's give this a value. Internet Explorer copy this for several times so that you can easily write your browsers between these options. Let's first name is the Internet Explorer, and second name is Firefox, third is Chrome, Opera, and Safari. And these are the input names for the drop list. Now if we refresh, then you can see our drop down list has been appear after the click me button. Let's break that so that it can display below each other. Take a break, save that, and now you can see that we should take a double break so that it can appear clearly. Now refresh, and here you can select the any name you have defined in your options, and this is called the data list. And here you can select any option you want to select, and this is called a test. And one important thing about data list is data list tag is not supported in Safari or Internet Explorer 9 and earlier. So next thing is the HTML5 keygen element. The purpose of the keygen element is to provide a secure way to authenticate users. The keygen element specifies a key pair generated field in a form. When the form is submitted, two keys are generated, one private and one public. And these two keys are also useful for authenticate the user. For example, the primary key is stored locally and the public key is sent to the server. And at a server, the public key could be used to generate a client certificate to authenticate the user in the future. So this is a very useful key to generate the keygen, and here we will create the keygen element, which is the HTML5 element. Let's say username, input type, let's say text. This is the user input, and let's give this a name as user. And also below we should create the encryption which we are going to use. And after that we should here define our keygen and name this as security, because this is using for the security purposes. Right, and take a break, and now if we refresh our page, then you can see that our keygen will appear in our browser, and you can select two types of the keygens. Refresh, and at last you can see the username we should input, and after that we should select a keygen, let's say Nasir Bashir. And for encryption types you can choose two types which are high and medium. These are the two grades for the encryption types, and you can select any. If you submit, then this data will be forward to the form you want to send or the server you want to send. And at security you can see some numbering of the security when you use this form in your PHP code, and I will explain more in the PHP tutorial about this encryption for the security. purposes. This is for the keygen element. And uh, and the next thing is the HTML5 output element. The output element represents result of a calculation like one performed by a script. So for this we should create some code and calculate that, so that we can explain our output element of HTML5. And here we should create a code that this code will be shown between the form after the action, and this code will perform a calculation and show the result in an output element. And on input, let's say set some values like x dot value is equal to parse int, and after that we should also define the values to be calculated after the plus element, and parse a dot value, and here we should give the b dot value, and after that we should just write the code for the a and b values and calculate that code in your x value. Here you can write 0, which is the initial scale, and input type it's let's say it's type range, so that we can select any range between 0 and 100. Let's say its id is a, name is also a, and also we should set its value, which is the 50. And 100 we should also write a plus sign, so that we can understand what values are going to do. And like here we will write the b, and let's say its value is also 50. And after these two elements we should put equal sign and write the output code. Output, let's say its name is x, and we are going to calculate for a and b, so we write for is equal to a space b, which means it is calculating a and b. Let's close, and now you can see in the browser. In the browser you can select any range from this value, and let's change, and this is output. And if you do not want to display range for second element, then you can also change its type to numbers or anything else you want to use in your web page. Let's say I'm going to change this numbers, so that it will appear numbers, and when you refresh the page, then this will automatically 60, and you can also increase or decrease this value, and the other value is also 50. Let's take a break. Let's save, and now you can see that this will display the output at the end, which you can see that increasing or decreasing by changing the range value, which is from 0 to 100, and you can select any range from 0 to 100. As you can see that as we have changed the range value, then it is adding with 50 and increasing with the output element. And these are the this is tutorial is about the form elements, and you can also read more about the form elements in this file. And this file you can download this file from my website below this tutorial button, and it contains all the code and notes you want to learn.